I'd like to start this evening by paying my respects to a beloved educator. Our school family is mourning the loss of a true legend, Veronica Miss V. Lee Downs Dorsey, who dedicated 40 years as a vocal music educator at McDonough 35 Senior High School. Miss V transformed lives through song. Her faith-fueled passion as a performer, director, and mentor echoed in classrooms, churches throughout the city. Ms. V's harmony of purpose and praise inspired generations. We spoke to a couple of educators and an NOLA-PS alum who knew her well, and we'd like to share a video about Ms. V. Please turn your attention to the screens.
New Orleans is mourning the loss of a true musical matriarch, Veronica Lee Downs Dorsey, beloved and known as Miss V. She passed away on November 3rd at 69, leaving behind a city forever tuned in to her harmonious spirit. Born in 1956, Miss V grew up in the Crescent City, nurtured by faith and song. By 14, she was directing a choir, a spark that ignited a lifelong calling.
Miss V was definitely like a mother figure in my life. I would talk to her almost every day. So definitely there when I needed any advice.
A McDonough 35 graduate, she earned her music education degrees from Xavier University in southeastern Louisiana. For 40 years, she shaped young voices in our city's public schools, returning to her alma mater in 1991 to lead the gospel choir.
What was unique about Miss Downs was that she had a unique way of bringing people together to get not just the sound she wanted, but also the surround sound she wanted.
Under her baton, they broke barriers as the first high school group at Jazz Fest, earning 4 Offbeat Best Gospel Group awards. Named Teacher of the Year in 1995 and Favorite Teacher 3 times, she retired in 2001, but continued churches, where she directed ensembles like the Voices of Peter Claver and co-led the Archdiocese Mass Choir.
She was one of the first to incorporate gospel music into the Mass in New Orleans, and that has become a kind of a standard in the Black Catholic Church.
As principal pianist for the New Orleans Black Chorale and a global performer, she graced mayoral inaugurations and media spots on PBS and BET. In 2004, alongside daughter Veronique, a talented trumpeter and educator, she shined in the Roots of Music's Black Music Month tribute. Deeply woven into her community as an Alpha Kappa Alpha member, Knights of Peter Claver Auxiliary member, and Elite Ladies president, Miss V was a devoted wife and nurturing mother. Her accolades, from the 2015 NOLA Gospel Trailblazer to state resolutions, honored a woman who saw beyond today's challenges to tomorrow's possibilities. But beyond the achievements, Miss V touched hearts profoundly.
Her charismatic nature. When you meet Veronica, you are automatically drawn to her. She is my very, very best friend musically. We have suffered a loss in this community.
She always allowed the children to capture the moment. I know that God got a good choir director.
Miss V's legacy endures through the countless lives she's transformed, hundreds of students who found their voices, communities bound by song, and a daughter carrying on her musical talent. She pioneered musical excellence, blending sacred harmonies that turned choirs into families, and echoed faith's deepest truths. In her wake, New Orleans sings on, forever enriched by her joyful song.
Miss V is survived by her husband and her daughter. Her light endures in every note, and she will be greatly missed. Rest in peace and harmony, Miss V. As we typically do each month, let's take the time to recognize the incredible people who make NOLA Public Schools what it is through our years of service celebration. Tonight, we don't just say thank you, we celebrate you. Please direct your attention to the screens to see this month's years of service. Congratulations to Anna Rivas, Trina Williams, Veronica Duperon, Tanisha Hurst, and Tangi Vernado. Let's give them all a big round of applause for their years of service. All right, so today has been a very, very exciting day. So you may have heard our big announcement this morning, but in case you missed it, and even if you didn't, we are going to keep shouting it from the rooftops. I am beyond thrilled to announce that NOLA Public Schools District Performance Score from the Louisiana Department of Education is officially a B letter grade. For the first time ever since unification, NOLA Public Schools has earned a B district rating. This is what rising in excellence looks like, and it is a powerful affirmation of our direction and our belief in what our students can achieve. Our district performance score increased by more than 2 points from 2024, elevating us to that B rating. All the hard work that our schools poured into our students during the 2024 school year has paid off, and I'd like to thank our school leaders for their dedication and tireless efforts in helping improve school performance and ensuring our students succeed in the classroom and beyond. Our schools have done a tremendous job working with our families, supporting our most vulnerable students, and they've just been doing all of the great things that are needed to create a well-balanced learning environment for our students. I want to give a few highlights related to our school performance that we referenced earlier today. It's important to note that several of our district schools demonstrated growth from 2024 to 2025. We had 34 schools show an overall improvement in their SPS rating. So we are very, very, very proud of our schools. Several district schools also demonstrated significant improvement in overall SPS. 9 schools showed an overall improvement in their SPS of at least 5 points since 23-24. And I want to take a moment to give some special shout outs related to that for our school performance score growth. The list of schools that increased by 10 points from 2024 include Sophie B. Wright Institute of Academic Excellence, which had a 14-point increase. Martin Berman Charter Academy of Creative Arts and Sciences had an 11.3 increase. Eleanor McMain Secondary School had a 10.3 increase, and Travis Hill had a 10-point increase. And we are so very, very proud of our schools for their achievement. Additionally, we had schools that improved their score from 5 to 9.9 points. John F. Kennedy High School by 6.6 points, Edward Hines Parkview by 6.2 points, Abraham Sci High Academy by 5.5 points, Homer Plessy Community School by 5.5 points, and Wilson Charter School by 5.3 points. Let's give those schools a round of applause. I also want to acknowledge 2 special recognitions that schools can earn. The first is that we had several schools that were recognized for their outstanding impact on student growth and for helping historically disadvantaged students excel. These schools, these 24 schools I'm going to mention, they received top gain honoree recognitions. And this designation is given to schools who earn a progress index equivalent to an A, and they did not earn any urgent intervention for student subgroups. So I'm going to call the names of these schools, and then we will give them a round of applause. So our 24 honoree gains, top gain honorees, are Alice Hart Elementary, Arthur Ashe Charter School, Audubon Charter Gentili, Audubon Charter School, Benjamin Franklin Elementary Math and Science, Benjamin Franklin High School, Dwight Eisenhower Charter School, Edward Hines Lakeview, Einstein Charter Village de l'Est, Eleanor McMain Secondary School, Frederick Douglass High School, George Washington Carver High School, Homer Plessy Community School, Kip Believe, Lake Forest Elementary Charter School, Langston Hughes Charter School, Bethune Elementary, McDonough 35, Renew Dolores T. Aaron, Renew Laurel Elementary, Renew Robert Rosa Moten, Lakefront, Renew Schaumburg, Samuel J. Green Charter School, and the Willow School. Let's give them a round of applause. And the last group that we want to recognize for honorees are 10 schools who were designated as opportunity honorees. These schools perform in the 90th percentile or above for students with disabilities, economically disadvantaged students, or English learners. And they do not earn any urgent intervention required labels for student groups or discipline. These 10 schools include Audubon Charter, Benjamin Franklin High School, Edna Carr High School, Edward Hines Lakeview, Eleanor McMain Secondary School, George Washington Carver, Homer Plessy Community School, Lake Forest Elementary Charter School, Sophie B. Wright Institute of Academic Excellence, the Willow School, and once again, Travis Hill School. Let's give them a round of applause. And just within this group, we had a few shout outs for schools that, received these honorary recognitions and also improved their letter grades. So Eleanor McMain improved their letter grade from a B to an A. Sophie B. Wright improved their letter grade from a B to an A. Travis Hill improved their grade from a C to a B. And Frederick Douglass High School improved their grade from a B to an A. So let's please give them a round of applause. I would just like to conclude this part of my remarks in terms of student performance by saying again that our students are brilliant and they are resilient. They know how amazing they are, and I'm so grateful for all of the people that we have surrounding them and pouring into them. This progress gives us the momentum that we need to keep building upon. And it's also important to note that this work didn't happen by accident. This comes from intentional investment and comes from the hard work of our educators and our staff and our leaders. But this is also exciting for our families who have entrusted us with their children. We thank you for choosing NOLA Public Schools and believing in us and the work that we're able to deliver for your child. I would also like to thank our partners who work very closely with our schools, and to our NOLA PS team for the support that you provide to schools every day. We're a B-rated school district, and we should celebrate this well-deserved accomplishment. Congratulations to NOLA Public Schools. All right, let me keep it rolling. All right, so earlier this month, we had a blast at one of my favorite events this year, each year, but not this year, but each year, and that is the New Orleans Excellence in Teaching Awards event, also known as NOETA. This event is an opportunity to recognize our teachers from across all of our schools for their accomplishments. And we know that the work that happens in our classroom would not be made possible without our educators. So we recognize in our district the top 3% of teachers, awarding each school's teacher of the year a $1,000 grant for their dedication. This annual event presented by Entergy is also a signature event for New Schools for New Orleans, who continues to invest in our teachers. Featured celebrations of teachers' contribution with an average of 16 years of experience among the honorees. This event included highlights from past years emphasizing community support for education. I was delighted and honored to speak at this event and to stand alongside so many people who are always ready to uplift our teachers. And I want to thank our board members. We had a great time out this evening, and I want to always thank our board members for their continued support of our teachers and our schools. Next, you heard a little bit about this on Tuesday, but I just want to reiterate the exciting event that we had at Benjamin Franklin High School, where we did the ribbon cutting for the state-of-the-art Katherine Johnson STEAM Center, featuring dedicated spaces for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. This center includes flexible learning spaces, cutting-edge technology, and collaborative classrooms that support hands-on projects. I'd like to thank our board members, Mrs. Ervigan and Mr. Marshall, for joining me during this ribbon cutting. I'd also like to thank our comms team for helping to capture the moments of this event. And I would like to acknowledge members of the Katherine Johnson family and special guests from NASA who were in attendance. Congratulations to the Ben Franklin team under the leadership of Alex Jarrell for opening this amazing STEAM center for our students. Next, I want to spotlight my inaugural Superintendent Student Leadership Council kickoff. Last Wednesday, I was excited to kick off my Superintendent Leadership Council. We have, I believe it's 77 students who are part of the Student Leadership Council representing high schools all across our district. We had roughly 50 students in attendance last Wednesday, and oh my gosh, we had the best time. And the focus of that session was leadership through service. And so our students came together and crossed high school teams to plan community service activities that we can engage in across the city. So I think it's a perfect opportunity to learn from each other and to learn from our students and to bring our students across schools together for collective impact. I'd like to thank Ashley Jones for helping to recruit our students for the council and for putting together such a grand occasion. And I'd also like to thank the Partnership of Junior Achievement for being our gracious host. Yesterday, I had the pleasure of hosting our first Superintendent Stay Connected conversation, which created an opportunity for us to have dialogue around key NOLA PS priorities. Our focus yesterday was on accountability and finance, and we were delighted to have partners from across the community to come in and learn more about how we are being held accountable at the state level and how we are financed as a school district to support our schools. Our next conversation will center around chronic absenteeism and diverse learners on December 10th, and that event will take place at McDonough 35 High School. In collaboration with our community partners and school leaders, we will continue to work together to strengthen our schools and to help our students achieve their goals in the classroom and beyond. And my last remark for today is the Excellence in Action Award. Now, I love when I surprise them and they have no clue that this is going to happen. They just do great work and they never know when their name is going to be called. So every month, I have the honor of shining a spotlight on one of our outstanding employees, someone who embodies the very best of NOLA PS through their dedication, leadership, and care for our students, families, and schools. This month, I am proud to recognize Samantha P. Shine. Sam, who we call affectionately, has been an incredible asset in her role as Executive Director of Organizational Learning and Planning. She leads our district's professional development efforts with thoughtfulness and collaboration, working closely with leaders and managers to ensure our staff have the support they need to grow. She coordinated our first all-staff professional development event, Leadership Evolve Day, which was an outstanding success. I received an overwhelming amount of gratitude and appreciation from staff who felt inspired, valued, and better equipped because of her work. And as if there weren't enough, she elevated our learning efforts even further, let me tell you what she did. She created the NOLA PS Learning Hub, which is an accessible space where employees can find training videos and resources to continue building their schools. Not schools, their skills. Samantha truly embodies our model of excellence. She shows us every day that high quality professional development is essential to our growth as a district. Sam, thank you for taking our vision to the next level and executing it with such care, creativity, and excellence. You are a shining example of what it means to serve with excellence. Let's give Sam a round of applause. And with that, Sam, come to this front. You know it's picture time, and this will conclude my remarks. Thank you.
All right, team. Eyes right here. 1, 2. Big smiles. Give me one more. 1, 2. And I can get you in there for it. All right, everybody. Big smiles. Eyes on me. 1. Go.